Nggak dikeropokin bisa tuh. Nggak cuma. Yep. Test, I'm audible. Mas Arif, you there? Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. Hello, Mas Arif. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling a little bit nervous because in Tuesday, I will face my first test of scholarship.
Oh, wow. Are you referring to the LPDP
Yes.
scholastic test?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. I hope the best of luck. Have you prepared anything? What have you done?
Yeah,
So,
I've prepared AirTech. I took many practice tests and do some what do you say, study
simulation and stuff.
Simulation. Yes.
So congratulations for passing the first stage, Mas Arif, the administrative.
Yeah.
So are you applying for the overseas universities?
Yes, I'm applying for Erasmus University.
See, but you haven't got your IELTS official certificate, have you?
I got 7 on IELTS test, but the speaking section was only 5.5, so it didn't match the requirement.
I see. So it's actually sufficient for LPDP, but it's not really sufficient for your university choice. Yes. I see. Best of luck, Mas Arif. Hello.
Thank you.
May, good morning. May, you are freezing. Is it my connection or yours? Hello, good morning, May.
Yes.
How are
Hello.
you today?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm great. I'm greeting you. You are not great. You are great.
Yes, I said good morning.
Yeah, no. I'm just highlighting the difference between pronouncing greeting and great, right? Yes, greet adalah menyapa, sapaan. Kalau great, good. I'm good. I'm great. May, would you please remind all of us here what you have learned? What did we discuss yesterday?
Yesterday we tried the speaking part 3, analyze the maybe the possibilities of the question for part 3, but we analyze from the cue card part 2 because it is related to each other.
Exactly. Yesterday we already practiced how to predict the questions, the possible questions that are most likely asked in part 3. And we also practiced to answer, you already practiced to answer several questions with diverse topics for the final part. Today, we're going to be going back to the first part and part 2, yes? And if we still have time, we're going to do several questions in part 3 as well. But before that, let's wait for Yokyo. He's still connecting to audio. Hello, Yokyo, you there?
Yes, just wait. Hold on.
Take your time. Hello, Mas Yokyo.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
How are you feeling today?
Feeling good.
Great. Don't you
Yeah.
want to ask me back how I'm feeling today?
Sorry.
Don't you want to ask me back how I'm feeling today?
Oh yeah. How's it going?
I'm great. Thanks for asking me back. Mas Arif and Mbak May already told us that yesterday we already discussed part 3, predicting questions in part 3, and also practicing several questions with several topics in part 3. Now, I want to ask you, Mas Yokyo, what is actually the difference between part 3 questions and part 1 questions in IELTS speaking test? You are still muted.
Yeah. I guess part 1 is all about the personal question, I think. So the examiner will ask us about some related some personal questions, and then for the part 3 they will be asking about the people around us. I mean the what's it, the tendency of our surrounding people in our country, especially.
Tendency or tendency?
Tendency? No?
Check your-
Tendency.
You may check
Yes.
your dictionary now. Check your Google, everybody. Tendency or tendency? I suppose it's tendency. All right. Without further ado, Ninis is here. Hello, Ninis. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How are you feeling today?
I'm good, thank you. How about
Great.
you, Heidi?
I'm so excited to meet you, Ninis, to practice even further today. Without further ado, Ninis, Yokyo already told us that the difference between questions in part 1 and part 3 is actually from in part 1, it's all about personal questions. It's all about you. It's all about us. Every topic can be asked related to us, very close to us. However, part 3 questions are more about general topics, general questions, analytical, critical questions, more discussion, and longer. Now, do you have any other differences between the two?
I think the 5 maybe the
5, yes.
when we doing the part 1, it's more casual, but in the part 3, it's more formal, and the way we talk also has to be more structured.
Yes, academic.
Yes.
Yes, you're right. The vibe in part 1 is more about casual talk, informal conversation, right? Daily basis dialogue. However, part 3 is more about academic and formal discussions. Now, last but not least, Mas Arif, what methods have we learned to answer questions in part 1 and part 3?
In part 1, we should answer with 2 or 3 sentences. It's a short answer. And in part 3, we need to answer with RL method.
Exactly. Yes, yesterday you have talked a lot. You did talk a lot by answering questions in part 3 with more than like one paragraph, even more, around 30 to 60 seconds. Now, I want you to differentiate. I want you to answer questions in part 1. So you don't need to talk too much per question, yes? Slowly but surely, take your time. You can save your answers and ideas more structured in part 3. All right? Let's do this. So Uh, first thing first, can you see my slide?
Yes.
Yes. First of all, let's talk about laughing. Mas Arif, what kinds of things make you laugh?
The thing that I thought finding, like some silly jokes
Mhm.
and from the stand-up comedy.
Yes. Thank you. Mas Arif, you've got a good idea regarding silly jokes and a stand-up comedy, but those are the real answer, right? The examples. I want you to make it longer. How can you make it longer is actually by saying like, if you are asked to add more than 1 points or ideas, you can say, you can use this template. Oh, talking about laughing, talking about blah, 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 there are several blah, 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 right? So you can always say that. For example, talking about laughing, there are several things that make me laugh. For example, silly jokes and a stand-up comedy show. See? How do you think? Longer, right? At
Yeah.
least 2 sentences. One direct answer and one elaboration. Would you please read the sample answer out loud?
I love most when I'm with my friends talking about funny things that have happened to us. I also like watching comedians and comedy films.
How many sentences are here?
2 sentences.
Exactly. And how do you pronounce this word?
Love,
What about cinta? How do you pronounce cinta?
love,
Ketawa?
love,
What's the difference?
love with more a.
Yes, if it's cinta, it's more O, right? Love.
Oh yeah,
If it's ketawa, it's more like laugh. It's
love,
laughing.
loving.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Mas Arif, next, Ninis, please be ready and unmuted. Do you like making other people laugh?
Well, yes, I do, but I don't know. I'm not a very humorous person, so I don't think I can make my surroundings laugh. But yeah, if I can, I would love to.
I would love to. I try my best. I'm trying my best to make my surroundings happy. That's a very advanced paraphrasing system, Ninis. Congratulations. You paraphrase other people by surroundings, and you said the word humorous, which is really relatable, specific terminology, which is so nice. Well done. Ninis, would you please read the sample answer out loud?
Yes, it's a nice feeling when you can make someone laugh because you can see that you've made them happy. It's great to share a funny moment with someone.
Exactly. Remember, question number 2, it's just yes, no question. So you don't need to think too much. Just say, yes, I do, or no, I do not. Or how can you paraphrase yes or no questions, Ninis? Synonyms for yes, I do, please.
Your
Sure. Another.
absolutely,
Absolutely. Another.
of course.
Of course. Another.
Oh, what else? Mm,
Totally.
oh yeah, totally.
Definitely.
Mm,
Right? What about no? Unfortunately not. Synonyms for that expression?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Another. For
Mm.
everybody, would you please help Ninis to check the box? Yes, it's okay, Ninis. Everyone, please contribute to the class discussion. What's your synonyms? You can unmute or chat on the chat box. How do you paraphrase no? Everyone? I don't see any comments here yet.
Nope. Is that
Nope. Exactly. Nope. Or as simple
Nope.
as no way.
no
No.
way? Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I know you know the word. You already know the word, but it's just because you don't really habituate the using the expressions. That's why. Next. Wait, I'm just gonna turn off my WhatsApp notification. All right. Yokyo, do you think it's important for people to laugh?
Definitely, because people sometimes are full of what's it? Yeah, people's mind sometimes full of heavy thinking or heavy thoughts. So yeah, I think it can be beneficial for them to laugh and yeah, to share a smile to other people, to share smiling to other people.
Well done. To relieve
To
the
relieve their mind, right?
yes, exactly. To relieve the stressful conditions or
Stressful, yeah.
situations. How do you say berat in English?
Heavy,
Heavy? Is it
He-
heavy or heavy?
heavy.
Exactly. Yes.
Yep.
How do you paraphrase the word important?
Beneficial,
Beneficial. Another.
essential,
Essential. Another, please.
Vital,
Vital. What
Vital.
else? Mhm.
Vital, essential, crucial. Yeah.
Exactly. Or you can say exclusive or significant or
Yeah.
fundamental, right?
Yep.
See the sample answer here, here.
Yes, of course. It's important to see the funny side of things. Humor helps us not to take a life too seriously. I think that laughter is good for our health.
Laughter.
Laughter. Oh yeah, laughter.
Next, thank you, Yokyo. May, you still there? All right, May. May. Oh, remember question number 3. It's question about the significance of something or the importance of something. Number 4, May. Is laughing the same as feeling happy?
I believe so, because in my opinion, laughing and smiling, or smiling because happy moment, they have the same condition. Like in our brain, we have a hormone that release all the happy feeling, all the happy, and this laughing is result of this hormone, because we feel over of the top of the mountain. Can I retake again?
Yes, sure. It's okay. You can. Your ideas are already great, May. I just want to challenge you to simplify several things to make it just the sentence method. Remember? Okay, let's repeat one more time. Is laughing the same as feeling happy, May?
Yes, I believe it was in the same conditions with feeling excited with something. Laughing is what when you're feeling laughing is when you feel you're so enjoyed every moment, and that's why you express it with laughter with anyone.
Well then, thank you, May. Yes, I agree with you that sometimes laughing and smiling the trigger for happiness, or the happiness or enjoyment is actually the result from laughing or smiling. But I want to challenge Girah Batin to answer with the opposite answer. So I want you to answer it with no, I don't think so. Can you do that? Great. I'm gonna repeat the question, Girah Batin, and you have to answer with no answer. Yeah. Is Girah Batin, is laughing the same as feeling happy?
Oh, with the opposite answer, huh?
Yes, please.
Is laughing the same as feeling happy? I don't think so, because sometimes when you are laughing, it doesn't mean that you are happy, because you don't have to be happy to laugh. But sometimes laughing can makes you happy, but it's not always the same.
Exactly. You're making me sad. Happy, happy outside, but laughing outside, but sad inside. It's something really deep, I guess. Really touchy. That's why these two different answers indicates that actually there are so many diverse answers, right? So there is no right
Right.
or wrong answer in IELTS speaking test. It's just a matter of your English speaking skills. Thank you, Girah.
Yes.
May, would you please read the sample answer out loud?
It's not exactly the same, because you can be happy without laughing, and sometimes we laugh because when something bad has happened. A sense of humor can help us to cope with difficult situations.
Situations. Great. Next. Girah Batin and Hairunisa, would you please rename yourself to be just your nickname? Yes, because I always look at your name to call out your name. Okay, so please just use your short name, please. Thank you, Nisa. Nisa, next, your turn. Number 5. Oh, unfortunately, we don't have any more questions regarding laughing. Now let's talk about emails, Nisa. At work or in your studies, do you often write things?
Actually, at work, I don't really often write things, because my job is not really related to something like writing or reply emails. My job is mostly related to administrative tasks or information technology tasks. So it's really rare for me to write things like sending or replying emails.
Well done, Nisa. I'm so sorry, Nisa. I cannot give you any feedback just because I didn't really catch what you are saying. So would you please try to put the microphone nearby, close to your lips, please?
Now, can you hear me?
Still the same. Would you please make it closer?
Now?
It's better. Would you please read the sample answer out loud?
Yes, I write a lot of emails as part of my job. I work for a company that has offices in several countries, so use email to communicate.
How do you pronounce bekerja in English?
Work.
It's not O, it's not walk, yeah? It's work.
Work.
No, it's not work, bukan dunia, it's work.
Work.
Great. Next, Girah, your turn. Gira, how often do you send emails?
Emails. It's very rare for me to write an emails because we don't really use emails for my jobs, especially, and me personally only use emails for something formal to inform my college or my boss.
Well done. Make it simple, make it short, make it brief. Gira, to inform or to informs?
To inform.
Exactly, without S. Yes, to
Yeah.
inform. How do you say kolega in English?
College.
College. College adalah university. Kalau kolega, how do you say kolega in English?
Colleagues.
Yes, Arif, can you help?
Oh, colleagues.
Arif, I think this is your homework yesterday, wasn't it?
Colleague,
Yes, colleagues.
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 Colleagues. My colleagues.
Colleagues.
Great. Yes.
Colleagues.
I like the way you answer the direct answer by saying rare, right? It's actually it's about this question is expecting you to mention the frequency of using emails on a daily basis, and you say it's barely happen or rarely, right? Yes, please, out loud.
I probably write between 5 and 10 work emails every day, and I send emails to friends or family a few times a week.
Great. Next, let's go back to Mas Arif, yeah? Arif, do you prefer to write by hand or on a computer?
I will choose write by computer because I think it's more faster and more easier to write on computer, and I can save it anywhere and will not lose it.
Well done. So brief and so packed. However, do we say more faster or more fast or just faster?
Just faster.
Exactly. Or you can say more fast. More fast sama dengan faster. You don't say more faster. Okay? Or unless you want to highlight it's very more faster, but like really, really fast. But it's very poetic. It's not really academic, right? So what about more easier? I think just easier.
Easier.
But easy, it's still the basic word. In IELTS, we want to sound very advanced, right? So what is the advanced word for easy? Anyone wants to help?
Convenient.
Exactly, convenient, right? It's very convenient to type on a computer or on gadget or device. It's just really faster, right? And convenient. Just because you can delete, edit at any time without eraser or rubber, right? Here.
It depends what I'm doing. I prefer the computer for most things because it's faster and you can save or copy things, but I still like making notes or writing ideas down by hand.
Oke, di sini ada salah grammar ya. It depends blah blah blah. Supposed to be what?
On.
It depends on.
Exactly. Remember, preposition adalah basic skills on grammar. So if you produce so many preposition errors, it shows and it indicates that you are incompetent in the basic grammar. So don't you dare doing that in your IELTS speaking official test. Okay? It depends on what I'm doing. Next, Gira. Do you think computers might one day replace handwriting?
What?
Do you think computers might one day replace handwriting?
Handwritings. Especially nowadays, we use a lot of computers, but I guess it's possible because it's very convenient and handy, and we can just use one tools to make anything, and that includes write and restore the the uh, the berkasnya, the file.
Exactly. All right. Yes, it's almost come back. This question is also most likely asked in part 3, but you have to differentiate if it's asked in the first part. You don't need to go details, but that answer is it's acceptable, I guess. All right. So it's about future possibility, right? It's about your predictions on the future condition. So you can say, I suppose it is predicted that in the near future, computers, especially artificial intelligence, make handwriting extinct one day, just because A, B, C. All right, let's see the sample answer here.
No, I think we will always write by hand as well. I think it's an important skill, and school will continue to teach children to write by hand before they learn to type.
Thank you, Gira. Next, Yokyo. Let's talk about accommodation. Oh, no. Tell me about the kind of accommodation you live in.
Well, I live in a house that I rent, and then I've been here for about 3 years, and it's far from the center of the city, but I think I like the situation here and the surrounding here.
Well, then, you are not trapped to talk or to go details. You talk very sufficiently. Let's see. Here.
I live in a house that has a living room, a kitchen, 2 bedrooms, and a bathroom, and a small garden. It's not a very big house, but it's just right for me.
Okay. Do you have any synonyms for accommodation?
Accommodation, that is living place. No.
Living place. Another? Anyone?
Do you think a house? No, house.
Yes, that's one of the examples. You can
Mm.
go with directly say the answer: a house, a flat, an apartment, a dome, anything else. But we have a shelter, right? You can say shelter, right? Accommodation, it's the same thing. The place to live in. Next, Ninis. No. What do you like about living in your accommodation?
Well, there are several things, but I think my favorite thing about my house is the location. It's near to the city center, so it's easier for me to go somewhere, and it's more practical.
Very well. May, what sort of accommodation would you most like to live in?
In future, I would love to live in a cube house, maybe a 2-floor house, and has a 1 balcony.
Exactly. Your grammar is really wonderful karena tadi tidak terjebak in the Ini memang pertanyaan untuk future. So tadi May menjawabnya dengan sangat baik. In the near future, I would love to live in a 2-floor house, which has blah, 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 a balcony. Well done. Nisa, let's talk about communication. How do you usually keep in touch with members of your family?
I usually contact the members of my family by using WhatsApp. Every week I call them or video call them. But for texting, like sending WhatsApp, I rarely do it because I'm quite busy. So I just do voice call or video call whenever I want to contact them.
Well, very well. All right, I think you're so advanced and improved in your IELTS speaking part 1 questions and answers. Now, let's move on to the second part, which is about a cue card. So please prepare a piece of paper and a pencil if you want to do a simulation like in a real test, because you're going to be given a pencil and a piece of paper, right? But if you don't have any pencils, you can use a pen for now. But next time, please practice to write down with a pencil, just in case, right? But before that, Arif, do you still remember the methods that we use for answering the cue card in the second part? What strategies would you do?
We divide the paper to 4 sections and then write down only the important and simple word. And only for 15 or 30 seconds, and then we can adding the idioms and for the
Yes, you're right. So we have 4 boxes, right?
Yes.
Or for questions number 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you have to add a reminder for your idioms related to the topic at the bottom of the boxes. What about the top of the boxes?
We need to paraphrase the question.
Paraphrasing the question by what? Yes, you're right. Take the topic or the motion and make it as a title, right? And how can you open your speeches or your storytelling skills?
By saying I'm going to be talking about.
Yes, and then you can say the title. And
Yes.
what if you already have answer all the questions and edit your elaborations for time for the 4 questions, but you still have 10 to 20 seconds? What would you do?
By adding the future technique, or what do you say?
Yes, future techniques. Can you give me the examples of the expressions of future hope or future wishes?
Hopefully in the near future, blah,
Yes.
blah, blah.
Yes, thank you for your summary, Mas Arif. Now, let's see your cue card for today. I want you to describe wait. I think we have talked about plan, Jenny. Have we talked about a conversation? Sudah ya? Mas Arif yang dapat ya ini ya? Didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes. Next, we're going to be talking. Okay, yes. Have we talked about this? No, right? Okay, this
No.
is gonna be like a speech, not a storytelling. I want you to describe a subject that you think should be removed from school education programs. You should say what the subject is, why you think it is unnecessary for children to study it, and explain why you would replace it with. Don't worry about the time. I'm gonna time you for 1 minute to take notes. Start from now. Good luck. All right, time is up, everyone. You have 2 minutes to speak about a topic and answer all the questions provided. Who wanna start? Any volunteer? Anyone want to be the first speaker? Who wants to try this cue card? Going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nobody? Ninis, you have 2 minutes. You may start speaking now.
Well, I think I'm going to be talking about a school materials that I think should be replaced, and the subject is about advanced science. What I'm talking is the advanced science for the elementary school students. I think it is not really important for children to learn because from my experience as a kid in elementary school, I already thought something that is very, very heavy, something that is too hard to study, like biology, physics, that it's very hard and it's not really applicable for the students. And I think it should be better if the children in elementary school taught with something that is more life related, something that beneficial for the student as a human being for their life. For example, if we talk about environment, we can offer the students with something that is case by case study, so the students will be more related by it. So yeah, I think the subject that is needs to be abandoned is the advanced science subject.
Time is up, just in time. Congratulations. Well done, Ninis. Next, Arif, you have 2 minutes to speak about the topic and answer all the questions provided. You may start speaking now. You are still muted, Arif. Please be unmuted. Yes, please.
I'm going to be talking about subject in school that should be changed for the education program. I will say it's chemistry in senior high school because it is so complicated, and not everyone will need it in the future. And uh, we can replace it with something that more applicable in the future, like how to uh, count tax, or how to apply document to uh, the what do you say, civil office, or what kind of document uh, to apply on driving license, to get a driving license or something like that, because uh, it they are more beneficial to the people in the future, and it's more it's it more applicable to the student, and hopefully in your future the student, when they get older and they have to face the real world, they can uh, understand how to pay tax, how to apply the driving license.
Tamizap Mas Arif, thank you so much for your speech. Next, I want to go with Gira. Gira, you have 2 minutes to speak about the topic and answer all the questions provided. You may start speaking now.
I'm going to talk about the subject that should be removed from school education programs. So subject is science related subject. I don't think science related subjects like physics, biology, or chemistry is unnecessary for children to study it. But we still what I meant unnecessary is the subject in like the heavy stuff from that subject, but you have to teach the children only the small part of that science related subject. And I hope school didn't put so much burden to children to study science, because for children's playing is their world, and we can study some subject, but if you study like really hard, I guess it's very hard to children to study it. Yeah.
Gira, you still have 27 seconds. Let's
27.
bring up the idea of future hope, your future wishes regarding the motion. Here.
I hope
Oh, I think Gira is just having a trouble. All right, let's wait for a minute. Okay, she's back. Gira, are you here already? Gira, you there?
so. Yeah.
Yes, you have 20 seconds to continue with your future hope or wishes. Start from now.
I hope the school only replace that science relative subject to be more simple subject, maybe math, like countings, but not really heavy stuff. And I hope she will think about who the people that will study the subject.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your answers, Gira. I
Yeah.
suppose that Gira, Ninis, and Arif's answers, all of them are quite similar. The idea is you want to delay the subject just because they are heavy, difficult, and challenging for young learners. I want a different answer. So hopefully for the next speaker, I'm expecting a different justification or another angle to be discussed. Let's hear from Nisa. Nisa, you have 2 minutes. Start
Can
from
you hear me, Haidil?
cool. Yes, crystal clear.
I suppose the subject which should be eliminated from school education programs is muatan lokal. Muatan lokal is actually a subject which is taught in South Kalimantan. You can actually muatan lokal is local language, which is Banjar or South Kalimantan's local language. I believe it should be eliminated because we all already know Banjar language, so I think it doesn't necessary for us to learn about it again. And if there is advanced Banjar language, we can learn it or just open the dictionary. That's why I believe modern local is not should be eliminated from the school education program. We can replace it with a subject like sex education, because nowadays there is no sex education program in elementary school until high senior school program. Meanwhile, sex education program is really important because nowadays there is a lot of sexual assaults, and the target mostly is kids or people with age under 17. That's why I believe it's really significant and important to be taught since elementary school until high school. Actually, muatan lokal so far so good as a subject, but I just think that if we can replace it with something which can be really beneficial for the children, why not? Hopefully in the future, government will make a program like sex education or something like that, or just
Time is up. Thank you so much for your answers. Nisa, congratulations. Well done. I'm so proud. I'm so happy. I'm so satisfied with your answers. It's very complex, very constructive, and very comprehensive. That's why you produce diverse and advanced vocabulary here and there. Congrats. I suppose this is the best of your speeches compared to previous performance. So well done. Gira, how do you pronounce Ose Física in English?
It's actually physics.
Yes, but you say physics. You
Yeah.
said physics before this. So physics, right? Thank you, Gira. Next, I want to go with Yokio. Yokio, you have 2 minutes to speak. Start from now.
Okay, I'm going to be talking about the subjects that probably can be replaced in the education's curriculum. So first thing first, I would suggest the other than English language that can be replaced. So for example, like Chinese language or Japanese language. And then the reason that I pick this subject is it's because the first is it's not that is not really a core subjects in our schools. And then second, we don't exactly need that in the near future, because maybe some of us will live or will study in Chinese in China or in Japan. But I think that is, I think we can put this subject into extra curriculum. But I don't really agree if we think that as a core subjects. And then I would suggest this subject can be replaced with basic programming language, which is I think which is will be needed in the near future, will be needed in the near future, because the artificial intelligence word is coming to us right now. And
Time is up. Thank
okay,
you so
yep.
much for your answers, Mas Yokyo. So did you say you want to eliminate foreign languages classes such as Chinese, Japanese, and English?
No, not English.
Ah,
I maybe I forgot to add unnecessary foreign language, which is other than English language, such as like that. For
You
example,
actually-
Chinese and Japanese.
you actually did say not core. It's actually not necessary.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But if you include English, I would be low-key offended because you are erasing my jobs. But anyway,
no, yeah.
next, last but not least.
Pardon me. Yep.
No, don't worry. May, you have 2 minutes to speak about the topic, May, and answer all the questions provided. You may start speaking now.
Okay, I'm going to be talking about curriculum that I wish it could be vanished from our education system. The subject is sport. Why? Maybe when I was a student, sport is not my cup of tea, and nowadays I think sport is disadvantageous for our student because the sports subject is always in midday around 10 or 12, and the sunlight is really harmful for our skin, especially for our students. So I think it's unnecessary for them to have. And besides, our student has a very tight schedule. They need to attend the school from 7 a.m. till 5 p.m. So I think it's already enough for them. And this sports already, they have aerobic every Friday morning. So I think that's enough. If I could remove this curriculum and substitutes with the other subject, I think the best for it is if I could insert it, maybe art or history trip, or maybe nature trips. Why? Because it could very beneficial for our young generation, because it will make them fully understanding with our country history and cultural and traditions. Even if they cannot have a trip to museums or something, or like a historical building, maybe a natural trip will be a good choice, because they will let. Okay.
Thank you so much, May. I like the way you paraphrase remove by what? Not
Vanish.
eliminated,
Vanish.
vanish. Yes, that's another advanced word. Well done. And I am so happy as well because you are so brave to, bring up layers of arguments to support your stance. There's just not just because it's not your cup of tea and everything else, those can be justifications as well. Finally, an idiom came out because previously I didn't really catch any idioms from previous speakers, but finally from May it came out. So it's your job, your homework. You haven't, although your fluency is already great, your coherence is also already good, but unfortunately your lexical resource can still be improved by bringing some idioms, right? That's why please wait. Please open our Google Classroom, and thank you for 7 comments from 7 people who already share with all of us here regarding your idioms, but please memorize them and habituate to use them in your speaking performance. Not only that, you have to watch this top 10 IELTS cue cards. This templates, those expressions that you will get from by watching the video, you can use in your IELTS speaking official test. Trust me, it's very, very useful. You can learn so much expressions, vocabulary, lexical resource, and even idioms from this 31-minute video. So please watch it, because next week we're going to only have a review from IELTS speaking part 3, and then we're going to have IELTS speaking simulation, a full test per individual, and feedback like post test or final test. And I have to apologize for everyone because I think we have to stop now, but don't worry about your time. I'm going to save the 1 hour, this 1 hour for the next session. Yes, because I have an emergency. I have to go to the hospital. I'm so sorry for that, everyone, but don't worry about that. You still have 1 hour session combined, will be compiled in the next meeting. Thank you so much. I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Please watch this video. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much,
Bye.
Heidi.
Bye-bye.